everyone. Today's lesson is about plotting decimals on a number line. So first thing we want to do is get our table of contents filled out. We'll call this lesson Plotting Decimals, and for me that will be page 21. Flip open to page 21 here. And you should have two sheets of paper. One is a number line that looks like this, and the other is the decimals that we're going to plot. So if you want to, you can get those glued in like this to your page. I think I'll work with mine like this. All right, so our job is to figure out where on this number line each one of these decimal numbers is going to fall. My first number is 4 2/10. And so the first thing I'm going to think to myself, is that a number that's closer to 4 or a number that's closer to 5? Remember, I always like to think about decimals in terms of money. And so if I think about $4.20, that's closer to $4 than it is to $5. Now, on my number line, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just kind of make a little mark right in the middle between 4 and 5. I know that that would be my 4.5, or halfway between 4 and 5. So I know that 4.2 has to be closer to 4 than it is to 5, and closer to 4 than it is even to the halfway mark. So I'm going to I'm going to try to imagine that this was divided up into 5 spaces here. I'm going to put my 4.2 right about there, and then I'll label that 4 2/10. Okay, so 6 and 8,912 10,000ths. $6.89 is almost like $7, right? So that's going to be really close to 7. And so on my number line, I want this number to be plotted between 6 and 7, and much closer to 7 than to 6. So maybe about right there, and then label it 6.8912. Alrighty, then we've got 0 and 418 thousandths. So again, think about, this is like 41, almost 42 cents. So that's going to have to be between 0 and 1. Scooch my page up here a little bit so you can see that. And the 0.4 is going to be closer. Think about that. This would be 50 cents right here. Right in the middle would be our 50 cents. So 0.4 or 40 cents is going to be to the left of that. So we're going to have our 0.418 somewhere right about there. And it's a little bit of an estimate. All right. So that was closer to 0. 40 cents is closer to 0 than it is to $1. Okay, next one, 9 and 5/10. Again, like $9.50. And of course, $9.50 is going to fall right in the middle between the 9 and the 10. So that will be right about there, 9.5. Alrighty, and of course that one was right in the middle, so it wasn't closer to 9 or 10 at all, it was right in the middle. Then 2.333. So again, think $2.33 around there. Is that closer to 2 or closer to 3? That one's going to be closer to 2 than it is to 3. So between 2 and 3 right here. And again, I'm going to remember that about halfway would be my 2.5. So my 2.33 is going to have to fall somewhere right in there. Alrighty. Then 0 and 6/10. Again, like 60 cents. So is that closer to 0 or is that closer to 1? Well, that's going to be a little bit closer to 1. 60 cents is going to be to the right of this 0.5 mark here. So somewhere around right there. That's my 0.6. Alrighty. Then 8.25. 8 and 25/100 closer to 8 or closer to 9. $8.25 going to be closer to $8 than it is to $9. So over here, my halfway point between 8 and 9 right there, and that's going to be about halfway between those two marks. So 8.25 is going to fall right in about there. All right, why don't you stop the video, give these last two a try, 1 9/10, and 3 and 667 thousandths and see how you do with those. Okay, so 1 and 9 tenths, $1.90, closer to $2 than it is to $1. So between 1 and 2, $1.90 is going to be a little bit closer to my 2 than it is to my 1, 1.9. How'd you do on that one? Then my 3.667, closer to 3 or closer to 4. Well, it's more than halfway to 4, so it's going to be closer to the 4 than it is to the 3. And here's my halfway point between 3 and 4. And so 3.6 is going to be almost 3.7, right? 3.667. And that's how you plot decimal numbers on a number line. So get this finished up for class next time, and then we'll do some activities to practice these. See you in class.